Okay, we're going to look at how to edit keynotes that are used in Revit. These are actually Revit-based keynotes, not a tag with dumb text on the inside of it where you have to manually go over and type something in over on the side of the sheet. These are actually Revit keynotes. Um, I'm going to take a moment here. I'm going to navigate to the project directory, and this one happens to be DFW. We go. If I look in the drawings folder, that's not the wrong one. That's not the right one. That's the right one. Drawings, working files, architectural. Here it is, architectural keynotes. If I just double click and open this up, it looks a little difficult to try and figure out everything that's there. I mean, you can peel it apart if you need to, but there's actually a much easier way to make sense of all of this than a naked text file. And that's a little program called Keynote Manager. If you need this, I mean, if you really need it, not you'd like to go in and edit some keynotes, but it's absolutely critical that a keynote gets placed in and no one else is around to do it, get a hold of me and I'll make sure that it's installed on your computer. So I'll start up Keynote Manager. This is the free version of the program. It will remember the last Keynote file that you had open. As you can see, it's the H drive, Terminal A Garage, Working Files, Architectural Keynotes. But you can see that I've placed these into categories. Now, you don't have to place things in categories like this, but it's an absolutely wonderful way to help keep track of things so that your plumbing information isn't separated into keynote number 14, and then you have 3 notes dealing with exterior finishes and 2 notes dealing with door hardware and a couple of notes that are dealing with whatever, and then you come back and then you put in another keynote for plumbing. This is just a good way that you can organize this. It's relatively straightforward to use, and you can add a top-level keynote, which is going to be one of these major categories. You can add in a sequential keynote, which is going to take, I believe, the last keynote that you put into place, and it's just going to say, okay, you were working on PL number 3 last, and I'm going to start you off with PL number 4 now, even though that's not where you're currently at, and create a new subnote, and that would be a new entry under the category that you currently have highlighted. So here's your keynotes, and I'm going to add a new subnote, and you can see its parent directory is going to be the equipment. Now I can go ahead and I can change this. I can give this a new finishes note, and then I'll give this a value of FN. What is this, number 7? Description is going to be ceramic tile is scheduled. Then I'll click OK, and then you can see there it is. It's down there, and everything's good. If you need to edit a note, you can simply double-click on a note. No, you can't double-click on a note. Highlight your element and hit E on the keyboard, or under the Keynote section, you can click on Edit there. So I'll just press. Let's get back out of it. So highlight, press E, and now I can go and modify this. I can actually change this particular note to be headed under plumbing. So if we look at plumbing, we have an FN7 for our finish note number 7, so that obviously makes absolutely no sense. And since we don't have any ceramic tile in this project, there's no sense on having the note there. So under Keynote, I'll just click on Delete. You can see you can also just press the Delete key on your keyboard, and that will delete the note, permanently delete the selected notes, subnotes, and related comments. So yes, I want to continue. So if I were to have this highlighted and I click on the delete key, it would not only delete the header, but it would also delete all 4 of these notes as well. So just take a lot of care when using this program or editing in a text file. Just take a lot of care when you create and you edit these keynotes. When you're done, it has a continual autosave. When you're done, you can just click on Exit Program. Everything's finished. And I can go, if I wanted to, I could come back over here and edit this as a naked text file, but as you can see, I don't have. It's a little harder to make sense of some of the things An exceptionally long note will just begin to wrap. The text will wrap, so it makes it a little harder to see everything that's going on. And there is some syntax that needs to be maintained to make sure that every note is placed in its proper position. So that's editing a keynote, or editing the files that dictate the keynotes.